Dear friends, welcome you back. Last time we have seen the verbs, especially lexical verbs or lexical words. We have also seen closed class of words and open class of words. Closed class of words are the words which cannot be modified or changed. And today we are going to see some closed class of words. Once again I will repeat you, closed class of words are prepositions, conjunction, interjections, pronouns, auxiliary verb are closed class of words because we cannot modify it or we cannot change it. However, open class of words are noun, adjective, verb and adverb. Today we are going to see auxiliary verb. What are the auxiliary verb and how are we going to use it? Let me explain you that these auxiliary verb must be understood before understanding the tenses. So in order to understand the tense, you must understood what is auxiliary verb and what are lexical verb. So it was a preparatory video that probably the next video will be on modal auxiliaries and then we will go for the tenses. So let's concentrate on what is auxiliary verb. Generally, auxiliary verb is a supportive verb. It gives a support. When there is no main verb, our auxiliary verb gives you a specific idea about the time. However, it is possible if there is no main verb, the lexical verb. If it is not there, in that case, we can use auxiliary verb as a main verb. For example, I will give an example. I have a pen. Now let's try to concentrate on this word. I have a pen. What is the tense? Now some common viewers who are not so much acquainted with the verbs and their meanings, they will say that if it is had, then it is definitely present perfect tense. However, where is the ed and the verb? It was not there. So mainly, I have a pen, or he is having. Now try to concentrate. This is and have are auxiliary verbs, but here there is no main verb. So if there is no main verb, then naturally this auxiliary verb comes in order to support you and it functions as a main verb. So here we can understand that these are simple present tense. These are simple present tenses, and especially it happens only in simple present tenses, not in other tenses. Though I used have or is, it didn't specify the tense. It is simple present tense. I have a pen. He is having. So this have and is not an auxiliary verb here. It is a main verb. So one thing is very much clear that the auxiliary verb in absence of main verb can function or can be the main verb. It is very much like that, in the absence of principal, vice principal will be authoritative. So similarly, in the absence of main verb, auxiliary verb will take the charge. That's all. That is easy to understand. Now let's talk about what are the auxiliary verb. Generally, auxiliary verbs are divided into two categories: primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Now, modal auxiliaries are most of the time used to express the probability, possibility, and such things. Today, we are not going to talk about all modal auxiliaries, but we will concentrate ourselves on, limit ourselves on primary auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries are generally the forms of to be or to have. To be or to have. Now, what are the forms of to be? Now to be is not the verb. It is all these are the forms of to be. Is, are, was and were. Generally, if it is present progressive tense or present continuous tense, there are so many my friends, students were always confusing when I am talking about whether present progressive or present continuous. Please keep in your mind, please make it clear that present progressive or present continuous are identical. I can use the word progressive or continuous, but that wasn't be an issue. The tense will be same. So, in case of present progressive or present continuous, I will use is, are, am. However, in case of past tense, I will use was and were. For now, let's move towards the forms of to have. In case of to have, we have three forms: have, has, and had. Now, have and has, it shows the present aspect, present perfect aspect. However, had shows past perfect aspect. Now, let me explain you. These auxiliary verbs are dependent, or these auxiliary verbs must be in accordance, or must having a cooperation, must having a concord with the subject, For example, I said he was happy. Now he and was can go together. He and is can go together. He is happy. He was happy. That is possible. But I can't say I was happy. I can say I was happy, but I cannot say I is happy. This is possible, but this isn't possible. Now let's talk about they. You can't say they was happy. You have to say they were happy. So it goes with this instead of this one. Or if it is the matter, you can say they are. So this subject, this pronoun they goes with were or are, but it didn't go with was and is. It's similar. They can go with have, but they cannot go with has. They have. Now, if we change the subject, try to concentrate on it. It was raining. It is raining. It has rained. Now you can point out it had rained. However, you can't say it were it am raining, it are raining. Now the problem is that certain verbs do have the relationship, bonds. They are having bonding with each other. and this is what we can call it subject verb concord. Subject verb relationship. They must be supportive to each other. If the subject is not supportive, subject is not having concord with verb, or verb is not having concord with subject, in that case we have to fix it. If I said it were raining, it are raining, it am raining, not possible, because the subject is third person singular and the verb were are plural verbs. So this is up to us what kind of subject we have. Now there are different types of person: first person narrator, second person narrator, and third person narrator. We will also see what are their different narrators and where do we use it in our next video. Hope you understood the primary auxiliaries, that is the forms of to be and to have. The forms of to be are is, are, am in the simple present tense. Present progressive tense or present continuous tense. However, in the past continuous tense, it is was and were. For example, I am writing a letter. They are writing a letter. He is writing a letter. Now try to understand. In order to use am, I said I am, they are, and he is. Now try to concentrate on these three words. He is, they are, and I. So try to concentrate on the concord between the subject and the verb. It is kind of agreement, bond. So he can go with is, but he cannot go with are. He cannot go with am. So he will go with is. They are. They is. They am. Not possible. I am. I are. I is. Not possible. I am is possible. Possible in the sense they are having concord. They are having agreement with each other that who will go along with whom. Now you may ask me, what is the base? How do they have agreement and what is the logic behind it? Try to understand that language is an arbitrary phenomenon. Arbitrary means there are so many things, so many rules in the language which are arbitrary. For example, what is this? This is pen. Why this is pen? Does anybody explain me why this is pen? No logic. So this is arbitrary. But this is pen because it was unanimously accepted by all of us. So this is pen. So that is this phenomenon is called arbitrary, and language is arbitrary one. This is one of the characteristics of language, that language is arbitrary, and so the subject verb agreement or concord is also arbitrary. Now let's talk about the forms of to have. In case of present perfect tense, he has pen, he has wrote a letter, I have wrote a letter. In past perfect tense, you can say he had written a letter. Hope you have understood the auxiliary verbs, their forms, and subject verb agreement. In the next video, we will talk about subject and verb concord, narrator, first person narrator, second person narrator, and third person narrator. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you.